Hey guys, thanks for watching a Jaguars United video cast. Today we are going to be breaking down what the offense will look like in Jacksonville with Jay Gruden as the offensive coordinator calling the plays. We're super excited about this video and we're so glad that you are tuned in to watch it. Before we jump into it though, make sure to follow us on our social media. You can follow us on Twitter. We are at Jaguars_United and Instagram at JaguarsUnited_. You can also check out our website. We got some articles, we got some videos, we got some apparel, and pretty soon we'll have a new message board on there. So make sure to check that out so you can see all the new stuff that we have going on. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into it. I'll just come out and say it. I am pumped about this signing of Jay Gruden. I think he's perfect for Jacksonville and he's perfect for Gardner Minshew. He's an arena football guy, which I like, dude. I like that gimmick stuff. I like the stuff that other teams aren't expecting. He had 6 years in Washington. Really, it's about 5 years, and then he had 5 games in 2019. Overall record, not that great. But to be fair, nobody does good in Washington. Look at the coaches they've had in the last 15 years. This Spurrier, Gibbs, Zorn, Shanahan. Maybe you got to go back 20. But look, I mean, no one does well in Washington because they're run by Dan Snyder and Bruce Allen, who pretty much run the team into the ground. One of the biggest disputes in 2019 was Jay Gruden didn't want Dwayne Haskins, and Snyder and Allen did, and they brought Haskins in, and then Gruden wouldn't start Haskins, and then that's when he got the can. Craziness. Don't want to be involved in anything in Washington. Not surprised. But Gruden has a really good reputation amongst NFL circles and coaches about his coaching. Mike Tomlin says that he utilizes his personnel well and keeps teams off balance. That's like the highest compliment for an offensive coordinator is this guy keeps us off balance. And Mike Tomlin, who's very well respected, said that. Jim Harbaugh, West Coast offense. I think Grudens have their own patent on their own version of the West Coast offense is what he says. Look, they're effective. 3-step drops. They're physical. They do things that the quarterbacks want to do and that they know are successful. Former quarterback. So he's inside the head of these guys. Very, very good. Very, very smart guy. In 2019, his stats didn't really do great for the NFL rank. Points per game, 30th. Again, remember, this is only 5 game sample size. 30th in points per game, 28th in total yards. Passing yards, 26th. Not great. But look, he didn't really have a great situation. If you look at what he was working with, I mean, he had Case Keenum as his quarterback, who we all know the deal on him is the jury's still out, right? 64.8 completion percentage. Not amazing. Look, just no weapons there. I mean, their best weapon was Terry McLaurin, and 93 targets, 900 yards. That's pretty good for a rookie, a young speed guy like that. Adrian Peterson was on the team last year, 898 yards on the season. Chris Thompson was very productive, and he's in Jacksonville, so that's exciting to see. 2019, not the greatest for stats and yards. 2018, again, not another one, but again, his quarterback got hurt. Alex Smith, who, by the way, Gruden had no idea that they were going to be trading for Alex Smith, and he had no idea they were going to be signing him to that mega contract that they did. Here's what he was working with. He had Alex Smith for like 10 games in 2018. He had Josh Johnson for 3 games, Colt McCoy for 3 games, Mark Sanchez for a couple games. I mean, this is the level of talent he's been working with. If we really, really want to look at who Jay Gruden is, I think it's best to look at 2017 because that's when he had his guy. He had Kirk Cousins in there. Kirk Cousins played in every single game. He had 4,000 yards passing, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. I mean, that's kind of what, I mean, he's going to be working with a guy here in Gardner Minshew who's probably the guy. I mean, if we look at the receiving core in 2017, Jamison Crowder, Josh Doxson, Vernon Davis, Ryan Grant, and our boy, Chris Thompson. I bring up 2017 because I think it's really important because I watched a lot of film from 2017, and it really gave us insight on what Jay Gruden wants to do with his offense. And my favorite thing about Jay Gruden, out of all of the play calling, out of everything he does, the tight formations, the multiple tight end sets, the heavy, he runs the ball a lot. Out of everything that he does, my favorite thing is that he always takes a shot at the beginning of the game. He doesn't do it every week because then the other teams would catch on, but it's almost every other week. In 2017, week 1, play 1, first play of the season. What's Jay Gruden going to do? He thinks he's got a solid team. He thinks this is the year to contend. Let's look at what he does. He comes out here in what we call 10 personnel. That's 1 running back here. That is 5 offensive linemen. And he's going to be in 2x2 sets here, 2 receivers on both sides. And it's just first play of the game. Simple. Play action. Take a shot down the field. He said, we're coming. He said, we're coming right off the bat for the ball. We're coming for a touchdown. That's what we're doing. I'm throwing it with my boy Terrell Pryor, and he's going to make a play. Let's take a look at week 2. in 2019. Okay, week 2, 2019, first play of the game. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Jay Gruden is lined up in his ace formation. He's going to have Case Keenum under center. He's going to have one running back in the backfield, one tight end. And look, he's going to keep his formation tight. Jay Gruden loves a tight formation. He keeps his guys tight. He likes to work to the outside, which really I think is a great advantage because Minshew and Chark work really, really well on the outside. The corners, the outs, the quick outs from the running backs, all that stuff, it really plays into what Minshew and the Jaguars have been successful at doing in the past. So it's going to be ace formation. Gruden's known as a guy that likes to run the ball and likes to be aggressive running the ball. So he's going to come out here. He's going to run his motion like he always does. He's going to shift the defense, play action. Well, it's the first play of the game, so you know what? Let's just take a shot down the field. Not a good throw, not a great execution, but I like it. I like the fact that he's not scared and he's going to be like, you know what? First play of the game, we're coming after you with everything that we got. All right. Next play, week 4, he's playing against the Giants. All right. First play of the game. Okay. He's going to come out against the Giants. He's going to be in a classic heavier set. Like he likes, Gruden likes to come out in some heavy sets now. All right. So here we're going to see he's going to have two. He's going to have a tight end here, and he's going to have a guy in the backfield in ace formation. Split out here. Looks like a typical running play. They're brought in tight, so they think we're going to get the game started with a nice run. Nope. First play of the game, we're going to take almost the exact same shot down the field in the slots. Unfortunately, can't connect again. It seems to be a common theme with this offense, but you can't blame him for trying. Another thing he likes to do is he likes to run the ball. And I know Jags fans aren't going to want to hear that, but after going through what seems like offensive coordinators that have ran the ball over and over and over again, but he does like to establish the run. And I think that's okay because he can do it with Chris Thompson. He can do it with Leonard Fournette, and I think that's a good combo for him to use. And I think, again, just because we got to remember with all this stuff, like I know this is what he's done in the past and that these are his tendencies, but I think if he comes in the situation with the Jags, with Ben McAdoo, with Doug Marrone, and this offense that's here, I think he's going to adjust a little bit and let Minshew kind of take control more of the offense, which he probably will do and is expected to do. But just know in his back pocket, he likes to run the ball, and which is okay because he draws up some nice plays that can get some pretty good chunks of yardage here. This is in 2017. Again, remember, I like this 2017 film. It's kind of what I think he's going to be doing here. If you can see here, they're lined up pretty tight here. They're going to have a tight end tight to the line of scrimmage right here. I believe this is Vernon Davis. Then they're going to have another tight end in the backfield kind of playing that fullback role. And that's something that Gruden does a lot is he uses two tight ends a lot. So it makes my mind kind of wonder, is it going to be an Eifert-O'Shaughnessy tandem? I think Eifert and Olsen are kind of going to be the same guy, more of a receiver, slot receiver. But who's going to be the guy that lines up at fullback? Because that's pretty consistent in all of Gruden's film. He has a fullback. He doesn't use a fullback. He uses one of his tight ends and can leak him out for short passes and things like that. That's a staple of the West Coast offense. But who's he going to use in that situation? I'm thinking back to last year. Nick O'Leary did it a lot. I don't see Nick O'Leary making this team, but Nick O'Leary did it. James O'Shaughnessy, I think, can do it, but he's coming off a pretty bad injury. Interested to see what happens. Maybe they pick up a guy that gets dropped off a roster, like kind of like they did Seth the Valve a couple years ago. But it'll be interesting to see. But let's take a look at this play here. Lined up tight here. The receiver is tight. So you can, if you look at this, is the boundary corner for Dallas. The boundary corner is playing almost on the hash. This gives you so much space to the outside. Now, as a defensive coach, I'm cool with this because that kind of allows my defenders to play in space. And if I get a good boundary corner out there, then I trust him to make a play. But if you're a team that has Minshew and Chark that's shown that they do better on these out-breaking routes, I think this kind of works into the hand of the Jaguars a little bit. So let's see what they do here. So even though the Cowboys have the box stacked, this is a pretty impressive jump off the line of scrimmage right here. He's going to do a nice little screen play action here. Now look what this does. I mean, this freezes everyone. This brings the corner up. This gets the eyes looking to the outside. It's going to be a simple draw play. And look, I like what they did there because what they're doing is they're setting up the play action. Okay, so this is why they do those plays that seem boring and they run the ball in this heavy set because they lull you to sleep. They get you thinking that they're predictable, and then bam, they hit you with the big play. Let's look at what they do here in 2017. They're playing on Monday Night Football. This is the opening drive of the game. And the Redskins are going to be playing the Chiefs, and the Redskins are going to come out in their very classic 12 formation. Now, I'm calling this guy a tight end because he is a tight end. This might even be Niles Paul. I can't tell. But, I mean, they line up a tight end in at the fullback position, which gives them an extra receiver. And they have a tight end on the line of scrimmage. Now, the Chiefs are thinking run. I mean, this is a pretty heavy formation. I mean, you got two extra blockers in on the play. So they do is they make the Chiefs think they're doing what they always do. They're going to lull them to sleep. Nice play action here. He's going to buy Cousins a little bit of time. He's going to release the ball, and bam, beautiful catch from Terrell Pryor. Now, that's what a good play action will do. And if your team can have these good running plays, and if you can set this up, that's a staple of the West Coast offense. And that's the reason why he's been successful as a coordinator in Cincinnati and many other places. Like, this stuff works. And what's good to know is that we have a offensive coordinator that knows how to utilize it and time it right. The same offensive coordinators can call the same group of plays, but the timing in order in which you call them can make all the difference. So that's what differentiates guys like John DeFilippo, guys we've had in the past who can't seem to get the run going, who can't seem to get play action going, but guys like Jay Gruden can. I have to be honest with you guys. Not everything is great. He has in the past relied a little bit too much on the running game. And look, that's what an offensive coordinator is going to do. If we look here in week 11 in 2017, it's 2nd and 3. He's going to run the ball here, and he's basically going to get 2.5 yards on this play. All right, you just ran it. You got 2.5 yards, and it was 2nd down, a play when the defense is kind of guessing a pass or a PA shot, especially if you're playing against Jay Gruden. So here I would like to see a little bit of creativity. When I was watching the film, I was expecting this play to be some sort of play action boot or some quick throw out to the flat. I mean, you need an inch. Most people would say run the ball, but you just got 2 yards on 2nd down. I mean, are you that comfortable in your running plays? So he's going to be in his little standard 12 formation because you got 2 tight ends here. This is actually 13 formation. I'm glad we got a 13 formation video in here, play in here. Look, tight end, tight end, tight end. 3 tight ends on the field for Jay Gruden here. And this is not very uncommon. I mean, when I was charting his plays, he loves this 3 tight end heavy set. The question is he going to do that in Jacksonville? And if he does it with Jacksonville, what tight ends is he going to use? So just did not get a lot of yards on 2nd down. He's going to try to stuff the ball again, run the ball, the Giants, stuff it up the middle of the field. And there was penalties on the Redskins. Terrible play. I mean, look, you just didn't get yards. And they almost ran the same play. If you look, they almost run the same play back to back. We didn't get enough of the film there, but inside zone. Now, Jay Gruden is going to run the ball a lot to the inside, so there's going to be a lot on the Jaguars guards and center making blocks for him. So, look, I think Jay Gruden is going to end up being a really, really good coordinator for the Jags. I think that his play style is perfect, and I think what he's going to do here, it will fit right in with Minshew's strengths. And if he can not depend on the run so much, I mean, he's known for wanting to run the ball. And I think Jags fans got to be okay with that. Last thing I want to show, just because, I mean, he's got a history with Chris Thompson. I like Chris Thompson. I thought it was a great signing. This is what Chris Thompson can do, okay? So Chris Thompson will come out of the backfield. He's going to fake block. They're going to throw. Here, let's back it up. If you don't know Chris Thompson, he's the running back standing right here. A little high. I mean, if I'm a coach, I'm thinking I probably know what he's going to do here. But running backs are always high. They're basically receivers now. At the snap, he's going to fake block on the edge. Scoop, release out, make a catch. Lineman get out in space. And Chris Thompson's going to pick up a bunch of yards. That's what I expect Chris Thompson to do in Jacksonville. And really, I think that he's going to have a good career here. Pumped about Jay Gruden. Can't wait to see what he does. Pumped about Chris Thompson. Can't wait to see what he does. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the time. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow and like everything on social media. Give us a comment and a thought of what you think about the video. And until the next video, go Jags.